Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to The Return with
What's
Josh
up?
and Maria Cribbs. I'm Maria Cribbs.
And I'm Josh Cribbs.
And welcome to another beautiful day, Josh. I'm just so happy to be here.
Why are you happy to be here, Maria?
Well, because I'm gonna tell you a quick story. So I had this coffee shop that I go. Oh, I'm sorry, viewers. Welcome to the show. Hope you're at home or wherever you're watching us, feeling great. Make sure if you're watching us online, make sure you hit the like button, share, subscribe, post it. Let your friends and family know how much you love the show so they can tune in with you. Okay, sorry about that. Now that's out the way. What are you doing, Josh?
Waiting.
Okay, so look, I have Josh drive me downtown to get coffee from my favorite coffee spot. Right?
All right.
We pull up. And the roads are blocked off. It's in Tremont, by the way.
Tremont.
No one told me that the Taste of Tremont was going on this weekend.
You should have been looking at the signage. I think every time a city has a taste of the whatever city it is, they usually post a lot.
They didn't post. I'm at that coffee shop every day, Josh.
You are.
They didn't post nothing, didn't say nothing. The employees didn't tell me nothing.
Right. So we were on our way just like a regular day.
I
was just dropping her by.
I don't know what's going on with all this traffic, Josh. Forgive me.
I ended up having to drop you guys off, and then you.
But then we ran back to the car because we needed cash. Or like, we were patting Josh down, like, where's your wallet at? We need some money.
I don't carry no cash on me.
But it was nice to see people outside, like, walking around, trying some of the local vendors, the food shops, some of the local stores. It was amazing. So then I called my aunt, down in Columbus, and they had the Columbus Jazz Festival going on, right?
Okay.
And so then I started getting a little concerned because we up here in Cleveland. I feel like, and maybe I don't know if this exists or not, does Cleveland have a jazz festival? Have you heard about? Because I know the Cincinnati Jazz Festival is coming up this weekend. As a matter of fact, Ryan, you went to college down in Cincinnati.
I did, but I have no idea. I couldn't answer that question.
You never been to the Cincinnati Jazz Fest?
I don't think I've listened to jazz a day in my life.
No,
outside of school.
But this is the thing. It's not really a jazz festival. They had Janet Jackson last year, I think. It's just they just called it Jazz Fest.
You think jazz,
right?
Playing jazz.
So that's
they have it in DC.
But did you know that it was going on down in Cincinnati those years you were there?
Nope.
Ryan, it's a big.
I didn't know.
We used to come from Columbus. People come from Cincinnati to go. Even Gerard, one of our drivers,
right?
He going down to Cincinnati this weekend for the Jazz Fest, I believe.
Okay.
So my thing is, it's a big deal. So I'm on the phone with my aunt, and I'm like, wait a minute. Why are all these other cities having this Jazz Festival? I feel like we need something like that in Cleveland. Maybe we already do, but if we don't, it needs to be established.
So if it is,
Cleveland
y'all
is
let Maria know. Let us know if there's a Jazz Fest. So Maria can.
And I'm talking about a jazz fest on the level of kind of like the Essence Festival.
And have somebody, famous come in
big
and sing
time
and stuff
for
like
multiple
that.
days. It starts Friday, Saturday, usually wraps up on Sunday. Now, one complaint that my mom had about the Columbus Jazz Fest, though, Josh, and shout out to our viewers watching down in Columbus, she was complaining like, it used to be an actual jazz fest years ago where we would go and we would have, listen to jazz music. She feels like the crowd is changing because the music selection is changing. Like they had Music Soul Child there, Josh.
Right.
For free.
For free?
And it had all the food
I would love
vendors.
to listen to music.
That's
Soul
what I'm
Child.
saying. So that's what I was saying. It's just Cleveland.
Yeah. So I think it depends on who's coming there. If I want that to go see that person, in concert live. I had a question though, because you were just talking about the Taste of Tremont.
Mm-hmm.
And Ryan, you can get in this. I'm not sure if you've been to the Taste of any other city in this area, because they have the Taste of Italy.
Oh, Little Italy. Yes, yeah.
And they have the Taste of Ohio City.
Mm-hmm.
Strongsville, all these different cities. Taste of Cleveland.
Yeah.
What is the best taste of city in Northeast Ohio?
Oh,
that is a good question, and I want viewers to chime in. Let us know in our comments. Hit us up on social media. What is the best taste of Cleveland? What is the best city around Cleveland to go to the best taste of?
What cities have the best restaurants? The best food selection.
Yes.
Ooh, that's
like,
tough one.
What do you know you going? Because I know we went to the Taste of Italy, Little Italy, when they shut down their day. Everybody goes there. Taste of Tremont. We've been going there we went there a few times.
Yeah.
Cleveland is big, but what city should we go? Let us know, guys.
Because I'm in the comments going all of them, so you know how we do. Now, Josh, did you know, and viewers, did y'all know 3 years ago today is when Cleveland changed the name to the Cleveland Guardians.
Oh, so this is a 3-year anniversary.
I didn't know. Shout out to Across the Cavs for putting that up on X. 3-year anniversary of the name change.
Oh, okay.
Now, y'all feeling it now? Because at first, and we were all for the Guardians. I think we were one of the first people. When they started coming up with the names, I'm like, the Guardians got a nice ring to it.
I think it was because also the bridge. The bridge, and I believe that's where they took their logo from.
Yes.
Because there's history there among all the other names that people brought up when it related to Cleveland and its tradition. I think the Guardians were like the more practical, logical name.
Absolutely. But everybody, you know, when it was first talking about having discussions of changing the
They
name,
like, nah, the
everybody's up in
Indians.
arms. I see people,
Want
they
the
still have their,
Indians.
I still people still having the old paraphernalia on their
Right.
lines and things like that. So it is hard for some people to let go of.
Is it
How did you
paraphernalia or memorabilia?
memorabilia.
I think paraphernalia is a different. That's what you with the police caught you with that one time.
Yeah, that was that one time.
That was
we
that
ain't
one
gonna, we ain't gonna
time.
discuss that, right? So, are you guys anyone that was opposed to the name change to the Cleveland Guardians? Are y'all feeling it now? Does it have a nice ring to it now? Are you supportive of it? Are you still like, nah, I'm gonna still rock my old
Man,
gear?
it's go Guardians, man. They in first place. They balling. Had a few setbacks, but they still at least 4 games ahead right now. They're balling. They doing
I don't think
their
we've
thing.
ever experienced it. So, how did you feel when what was it? The Washington Bullets.
The Washington
changed
Bullets.
their name to the Washington Wizards.
Yes.
Okay. How did you
we
feel?
felt some type of way at first, but every
Whoever
time they win, everybody's shooting. It's like 4th of July outside. It was like pop, pop,
Washington
pop.
D.C. was
And
the
those were
murder capital of the
Yes,
world
and those were
of the
bullets.
country.
They weren't firecrackers and fireworks. We're like, hey, we got to get out of here
When
just because they won.
Only when they won or when they lose
When
too?
they won and when they lose. Everybody was shoot. I thought they was gonna win. We're gonna shoot anyway. I'm like, man,
Already got my rounds ready,
Yes.
right? So it took y'all a while. Like, do you like it now?
I did. It kind of grows on you.
Okay.
So even I didn't like the Wizards.
I
was
don't think I like the name the Wizards. I don't think I
Wizards.
like the Wizards.
I was like the
like
Wizards.
bippity boppity boo. Like it's gonna
But
be
it
some...
grew on us. And the thing that was different, the Guardians are a winning team.
Thank you. They killing it.
The Wizards were never a winning organ. They weren't in the playoffs
Bullets
like that. The Bullets
or
were.
the Wizards.
The Bullets were.
The Bullets. Okay.
They had some good teams.
But why would you name a team the Bullets? And then what made them change it to the Wizards? I would love to know that story.
What made them change the shootings?
Well, I know that.
Celebrating, they decided to change as a city because they celebrated with gunshots.
But why they change the name to the Wizards?
It was a league. It was a citywide.
You know,
and I'm not sure.
petition like a
citywide. Everybody in the city got to vote.
Yeah.
They voted on this, and people selected the Wizards. However, I'm not sure if everybody really voted for that, as opposed to them wanting it to be something harmless,
right?
Like the Wizards.
The Wizards, right?
You win, you do a magic trick. I want to talk some Browns.
We're gonna talk some Browns. Don't go anywhere, you guys. We'll be right back. All right, now you guys, welcome back to the show. It's time to talk some sports, baby. What's going on, Josh?
Cleveland Browns are entering into training camp. It is that time of year, so everything that's going on around us is like, I don't care about none of that. Football is upon us.
Football is here, baby.
Training camp is here. And Ryan, my first topic was about one of our receivers. Can you tell us about some news that we just found out?
Breaking news, baby. Let's go.
Absolutely. Credit Adam Schefter and all the great reporters out there. Browns wide receiver Amari Cooper. He is going to be at training camp. He's there today. He's getting his $20 million guaranteed that was on his original deal. He's also getting an additional $5 million raise. He's still going to be a free agent next year, but this ensures that he'll be playing for our Cleveland Browns this year. He gets his money. He's on the field for Deshaun Watson, where all systems go this year.
All systems go.
Let's go.
That is amazing news because Amari Cooper. Amari.
Josh got the cooters.
The cooties. Anyway, Amari Cooper is known as one of the best wide receivers in the game.
Right.
Yes, he is towards the end of his career. When we say age-wise, he's a little older as it relates to wide receivers, but he is one of the standout receivers for the Cleveland Browns.
Right.
I was listening to Chef Zay, our friend of the show,
Shout out to Chef Zay.
on his social media, and he brought up the question that, he's looking at his highlights and commentating about his highlights and was just talking like, I think Amari Cooper was the best Browns wide receiver since the team came back.
Ooh.
In 99, since the team came back.
Shots fired.
So I'll toss this question out
Would
to you
you
guys.
agree with that?
That's what I'm gonna propose to our viewers, to Ryan, to you. Who is the best Cleveland Browns wide receiver since the team came back? Who would you say? And I'm gonna throw it out there. The names would be Josh Gordon. I even was thinking about Antonio Brown because when I played with him, he was putting up 1,000 yards receiving every year. So Josh Gordon, we got to throw Braylon
Edwards.
And those would be the top 3. It would be between Amari Cooper, Josh Gordon, and Braylon Edwards.
Wow.
So when we talk about their stats for their Browns career, who do you think, Maria, just off the top? Is it Amari Cooper, Braylon, or Josh Gordon?
I'm not gonna put my hat in this. I'm not doing this because
You don't got a dog in that?
I don't
You
know. I don't have a dog in this
Okay,
fight. I don't know
get
the
that.
stats.
You bowing out.
You didn't prep me on this question. I don't know the stats. I can't say.
I just wanted you to just guess.
Amari Cooper getting a payday, so I'm gonna go with him.
Okay, because when I came in the league, I came in with Braylon.
But Braylon came in paid.
He came in.
The fact that Amari Cooper is coming
18.5.
in, then they
They
decided to
gave
go
him
ahead.
18.5 as a signing bonus.
Not you remember another man's signing
Because
bonus.
he said it to a coach.
You ain't supposed to count.
18.5. I
Oh,
ain't coming
a
here.
coach
I ain't
trying to-
about to run. 18.
You ain't
I
got to
was
run.
like-
You make it 18.5. I ain't never seen nobody talk to a coach like this.
I was like, I was confuzzled.
Yeah, when you make 18.5,
I grabbed my pearls. I was clutching my pearls.
You tell them what you gonna do.
And
Because
that's
that's
the
facts.
NFL.
The players make more than the coaches,
And
so
th-
you're not gonna be
there
talking
you
to me any
go.
kind of way. I'm a grown man, and I got
Exactly.
the money in my account to prove it and
So
show
here
you.
we are.
I'll be here
Which-
after you, coach.
Which receiver?
Is that how they think?
That is.
I'll be here long after they paid me to stay here. How much you
Exactly.
making? What you making?
So Ryan, I toss it to you. Which receiver between Amari Cooper, Braylon Edwards, Josh Gordon? What say you?
So-
Hold on. Do you want me
yeah.
to say some stats, or you want me to?
Oh, why you didn't give me the stats?
I don't think I need
I'm
them.
sorry,
How you gonna
guys.
give Ryan the stats?
I
I don't know if
give
I.
me the stats?
apologize.
I don't know if I need them.
Oh, he don't need the
But
stats.
Maria needed them. Go
Ryan,
ahead.
you give me yours, and then I'm gonna just throw some stats out
Thank
there.
you.
Go ahead.
I think the greatest receiver since '99. I'm going with Amari Cooper, and I don't even necessarily think that's recency bias. I mean, we've seen what he's done. He's only been here 2 years, and we've seen what he's done already. 1,000 yards back-to-back seasons. Mind you, last year was 1,000 yards with 5 different starting quarterbacks. That's insane just to think about it. And don't get me wrong, I think Josh Gordon
Could have been.
would have been
Thank
the
you.
greatest receiver, not only in the Browns, but one of the greatest receivers the NFL's ever seen. You go back to his prime that 1 year, he was just incredible. I mean, he was breaking records that the Browns haven't even, quite frankly, been close to reaching in terms of receiving records. And just the freak physically that he was basically unguardable. You were not throwing one man on him and guarding him. That's just not happening. Now, if you would have taken Amari Cooper's brain and maybe, I'm sorry, like, I never make jokes of drug problems. That's horrible. And obviously now we know marijuana is legal in the NFL.
Is it legal?
What could have? It's legal now. What?
Hold on, wait. What?
Is in the NFL.
Yeah.
They don't test for it no more?
I think they test for it, but you have to have such an
You have
absurd
to have-
level. Like,
yeah,
it's
the rules are
yeah,
a little more
When
relaxed.
did this happen? When did this happen, Ryan?
pretty recently, like a year ago or 2 years
Yeah.
ago.
And nobody told me.
Yeah, I
That's
think,
how it should have been. Because I think the
it
NFL was
should
the
have.
only league still making it illegal.
But the thing is,
Period.
but Ryan, continue, and we'll talk
You
more
just can't
about
be
that.
you can't be smoking.
So
there in the
I'm
game.
going with Amari Cooper, but I'm saying it would have been Josh Gordon had he
Okay.
had been able to work his stuff out.
So you gonna
Okay.
you just gonna not put Braylon in there?
No, Braylon is a top
You just-
3.
hold on, but no, he wasn't in Ryan's mouth.
But I'm gonna
Ryan
just say,
acting like Braylon didn't even exist.
but I'm gonna tell
Ryan?
you this. My pick. I
Ain't nobody
appreciate
asked you,
the,
Josh. I'm talking to Ryan.
I appreciate the recency bias for the counterintelligence that you try to, say what would be the biasness.
Is it that I like Braylon? I like Braylon. He was so cool. I don't care.
we remember his play,
'Cause he
Maria.
was
So let me.
But he was just a cool guy, and I
Right.
feel like
But let
Ryan,
me
you
get
don't
this
know
out.
that Braylon was cool.
And that's the thing. Everybody see.
Y'all know his heart. God,
Come on, man.
God
Let
know,
me get this out,
God
man.
know my heart.
Come
Oh, I'm
on,
sorry. I'm
man.
sorry. I'm
We're
sorry.
trying to get this.
But
All
Braylon-
right. So we moving on to I say Braylon Edwards, and I'm saying this because
Braylon's a nice guy.
I'm looking at the stats, and I'm gonna have to ignore you, Maria. You keep on
Go ahead,
just
baby. Go
rambling
ahead.
off stuff. But I'm gonna say, and it's not recency biases. I played with him, and we all went to the Pro Bowl at the same time, based off of this 2007.
He was a
season.
dog. He was a
And
dog.
I'm just going off of touchdowns. How to help your team win. Yes, stats are everything, but when we compare the two. Josh Gordon's best year, it was 2013. He put up 1,600 yards, 9 touchdowns. Braylon's best year was 2007, 1,289 yards, 16 touchdowns.
God, dog.
Amari Cooper's best year for the Browns was 2022. 2022, 1,100 yards, 9 touchdowns. Last season, 1,200 yards, but only 5 touchdowns. And of course, you said it was because of the 5 different quarterbacks we had. And you are exceptionally right. You are 100% correct because the passing took a great downslide.
Well, why y'all up here making excuses for people when
It's
Braylon,
not an excuse.
Look
It's
at what
just
Braylon had to go through. He
Braylon
went through 5,100 coaches.
No, but that 1 year we had one quarterback, which was Derek Anderson. We all went to the Pro Bowl. Braylon Edwards,
Derek Anderson was cool too.
he was. But I would say Braylon Edwards would have had a great career with the Browns and would have stayed longer, similar to a Josh Gordon if he didn't have trouble catching the ball.
Yes.
Remember, he caught the next year after that, Maria, and a lot of people don't know, he led the league and NFL history for most drop passes.
I remember that.
For the most drop passes Braylon had the next year after having a great year in 2007. 16 touchdowns is a lot. And I would have to say Braylon Edwards, he was just on fire that year. He was the greatest thing in Cleveland that year.
Greatest thing
next
since
to LeBron.
since sliced bread.
Next to LeBron, because LeBron was in town at that time. But Braylon Edwards was a close second. I would say even first because this is Brownstown. He just put up a lot of numbers. Now, you were correct in saying Josh Gordon had the potential to just blow everybody out the water because he started out quick with his
Didn't he
career.
almost have it all?
I would want to say Amari Cooper, but I'm going to just go with the stats, Maria. And, 16, when we look at the stats, Amari Cooper in 2013, Josh Gordon had 1,600 yards. Nobody else is close to
He was
that.
killing it.
Nobody else is close to that.
Right.
But nobody else came close to Braylon that was 16 touchdowns. So when we look at it, it's statistically it's not Amari Cooper. It would have been.
What you gotta say now, Ryan? What you gotta say now?
I'll say Amari.
All them touchdowns,
I'll say Amari Cooper never decked a 130-pound guy that happened to be LeBron's friend in a nightclub that caused him to get traded out of the city.
What that gotta do with anything?
I would agree.
What that gotta do with anything?
I'm gonna throw my.
Hey, men tussle sometimes. Women tussle. Ain't nothing wrong with a little tussle.
Nah, that wasn't a tussle. The duck.
I don't remember nothing.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
Braylon was 6'4", 6'3".
6'3".
Yeah. So that was. But I still give it to Braylon. He was a phenomenal talent when he was here.
Ryan, how you hear about stuff like that, man?
He was around. I think he.
No, he was not. He was a twinkle in his father's eye.
Matter of fact, you was a twinkle, man.
Ryan's so cute.
You was a toddler looking, looking forward to Christmas.
I know.
You probably had some cute photos.
I still have my ears to the streets,
you
though.
You was 4 years old, man. Hold on. You were 5 years old, man.
I was wearing my Josh Cribbs onesie.
His Josh Cribbs onesie. Oh.
Getting picked up and tucked in at night, man.
Okay, but hold on. Josh, you was hanging out with some goats, and I want to talk to our viewers about it when we get back. Is that cool?
That's cool.
All right, don't go anywhere, you guys. We got some special footage for y'all. We'll be right back. All right, now welcome back to the show. We're still talking sports, baby. What's up, Josh?
Yeah, you wanted to get to this.
Is it okay?
Yeah, we get to that, and then we can come back to it because I did have some more things to go through as it relates to the Cleveland Browns.
Okay, so someone was entertaining some goats while this past week they was in town, and he was shooting a commercial with some goats, and I just kind of wanted to show them the goats.
Okay,
can I show the video?
Let's do that. Let's show the video.
Okay, check this video out, you guys.
Return goats in the building. Return goats.
Another crew doing this. Y'all about to do that.
When it pans to you on the actual edit, it's gonna say Dante Hall, aka the Human Joystick.
Gotcha.
I got my dogs here. The Return Kings, Dante Hall, Devin Hester, Hall of Famer. They in my neck of the woods. Dog pound, baby.
And then to throw the pack. And then Josh, $100,000. Devin, you come in.
Devin going into the Hall of Fame this year. Can't wait to be there to witness it. Cause I'm up next, baby. Yes, sir. Return Kings in action.
Josh.
Yeah.
How cool was that?
That was real cool. I couldn't wait to do that, to see these guys, because I haven't saw them since we've been on the field. Actually, I saw Devin at the airport a few times. We ran into him.
We were in Vegas or LA somewhere, and Josh, we having a conversation with
real
someone,
random.
and then we left. He was like, "You know who that was, right?" I'm like, "Who was that?" He was like, "That was Devin Hester." I said, "What? Why you didn't tell me?"
Yes.
He's so cool, right?
Yeah. And,
How was that?
We speak often on social media,
Right.
But never in the same seat at the same time since we played each other,
Yeah.
or since we ran into each other at the airport. So it was very fun because me and Dante Hall have never met off the field.
Oh.
We just played against it, but we never met off the field.
But then
So
you know
that
how
was-
sometimes
that was big for me.
you would think you would be cool with somebody, but then you meet them and you're like, "Nah, that was not my cup of
Right.
tea."
We
Was
clicked.
everybody click? I
Oh,
know.
we
I can
clicked.
tell. I can tell it
we
was good chemistry.
It was like we was boys from back in the day. Like, oh, what's up, baby? all hugs and love because we actually have the same plight.
Okay.
All three of us. So Dante being the oldest of us, and then myself and then Devin coming in 2006.
Now, with y'all out there shooting that commercial with dude wipes and dude wipes, come and advertise with us, baby. This is where it's at, baby. Get
They
more
have
views.
dudettes.
Exactly.
Dudes and dudettes.
They do? Okay,
Yeah.
so look, did they know how good of an actor you are? Because you're a really good actor.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I be in my head too much. Like, people like assume because I got a personality I can do.
yeah.
I can't. I'm a horrible
Yeah,
actor.
you really terrible at acting.
You ain't got to. I say it
I
from.
mean,
I don't need you
Ryan,
to say. I already said.
she is not the like. She
I already
can do
said it.
stuff spontaneously, but when
I'm
you give her a script,
I'm
it's
an
like,
improv.
God,
Don't give me a
dang,
script.
what
I do
you-"
improv only.
Yeah, Maria's a
I'm a
good
natural. I'm a natural.
improvisationalist.
But Josh, did they know your skills?
They realized it.
They realized
yeah, 'cause,
you were still aligned?
I can't wait till you guys get to see that commercial because it's a really good one. So it's a play off of the Heisman
Can you
Trophy
tell?
House.
Are you allowed
And
to tell?
yeah, so
Okay.
you know how they have the Heisman Trophy list, how they have Baker
Oh, yeah.
and all the people who are at the house,
Uh-huh.
and they keep having these commercials. So this is sort of the Return Kings Academy type of deal. And we're in the locker room,
Uh-huh.
and I'm folding clothes and stuff, and then Devin come by talking about something. You still folding clothes? And I do what you did.
Mhm,
You
trying
know,
to be
I
like me.
improvise.
Mhm.
So I'm like, you still folding clothes? And they start erupting, and I put that in the script. So I can't wait for you guys to see the full. And we got Dante, the human joystick, on the what's that little
The
that
Game
little
X Dance X Revolution. Yeah.
So it's gonna be amazing. I hope the edits turn out really great.
Right.
But we had a lot of fun, and that was at the Brown Stadium, and that locker room was the visitors' locker room.
Oh, okay. You ain't
So,
used to that locker room.
Nah, I wasn't
at
used
the
to that
Brown
at
Stadium, right?
all.
Right.
Nah, not at all. But we had a lot of fun.
All right.
Had a
Okay.
lot
I'm
of
sorry
fun.
to kind of just sidetrack you with that. Back to sports.
Yeah, I you did sidetrack me just a little bit because I wanted to, in talking about Amari Cooper
Okay.
getting his new contract,
Mhm.
right?
Congrats to him,
And
though.
then we just talked about how Ryan feels like Amari Cooper's the best receiver that the Cleveland Browns have had since the Browns came back.
Right.
I disagree only because of stats. Braylon Edwards had one good year in 2007, 16 touchdowns. I mean, he was amazing for our team at that time. I think the only offense other than me and Phil Dawson that we had, and that sent and propelled. We put 7 players in the Pro Bowl in 2007,
Yeah, I remember
including
that. We
myself
had a great
and
time.
Ryan Pontbriand.
Mhm.
So it was a great year for
The
the
kicker.
Cleveland
He was the
Browns.
kicker, right?
Yes, and
Yep.
that year we went, I believe, 10-6. Only team since 1982 not to go to a playoff. So that was huge for us. But in talking about Amari Cooper, keeping that same breath, they're talking about Brandon Ayuk having contract problems for the 49ers. So there's been speculation like that we should obtain him, Ryan. And I'm like, do we even need a Brandon Ayuk on our roster right now, being though we have our tight end situation with the Chief? We got these new additions in Cedric Hill. That's his name, right? Cedric Tillman. And Amari Cooper. I don't think it's enough football to go around for Brandon Ayuk. What you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely proven he's a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL last year. I mean, he's in a star-studded cast. So I think if he goes somewhere else, his numbers could even be more inflated. But yeah, he is wants a new contract, as all the receivers do when they
he
reach his
requested a
age.
trade.
He did. He actually was reported he is at camp today, so he's not holding out. And I don't think the 49ers will come out, so they're not going to deal him. But in terms of Amari Cooper, it did at one point maybe make sense for both sides. If Ayuk came to the Browns, you get a younger receiver. Yes, you're still going to have to pay him, but he's not going to hit 30 for another, 5 years? And then you could send Amari Cooper to the 49ers, who maybe are just looking to replace him for a year while their Super Bowl window is still super wide open. Not that the Browns isn't, but I think everybody would agree the 49ers are probably a little bit more built team, and a lot of that has to do with the quarterback. But I still like Amari Cooper for right now, and we know with this news coming out, he's definitely going to be here for at least one more year. He's not going to be holding out. He got that extra $5 million he wanted.
I just don't think we need him, Ryan.
And I don't think we do either. And, maybe if we're in a situation where we lose Amari Cooper and Jerry Jeudy really doesn't ascend to that wide receiver 1 level, which is a possibility. We haven't
Then
seen
we
him
can
play at that
revisit
level.
it.
Then we can revisit it. And that's, of course, if Brandon Ayuk, obviously by this time next year, his contract situation will obviously be a little different. But for right now, yeah, I wasn't too big on that trade.
I think as the Chief expands his role like he did several times throughout the year, and they're going to get Jerry Jeudy activated in such a way. He just got paid.
Yep.
And, Amari Cooper is going to continue to do his thing. So with these pieces, these weapons that we have, and the addition of Ken Dorsey to be able to, internalize offensive weaponry and power. And I heard Deshaun Watson talking about it on the podcast about the differences between Stefanski and Ken Dorsey and how they're going to be utilized. So I'm excited to see this new offensive power.
Yeah, I think it works out great because you get another year of Amari Cooper, your bona fide wide receiver 1, and you need him to be out there for Deshaun Watson next year. There's no question about that. And then that allows you this year to really see if Jerry Jeudy can take that step up and give us proof if he's able to, replace Cooper eventually and be our wide receiver 1. Because we don't know that right now. And we might not totally know that at the end of this upcoming year, but at least we'll have some evidence and see how he clicks in an offense with Ken Dorsey and Kevin Stefanski and as his quarterback being Deshaun Watson.
I was going to ask a question, and I'm going to change it a little bit now because my question was, what offensive position other than quarterback would you rather see lead the team? As far as like, would you rather see the receivers ball out as a group, the running back committee or running back ball out, the tight end? What position group would you rather see other than the quarterbacks ball out? And for me, I'm going to just go first. I really want to see the receivers. Because if the receivers are balling out, then guess what? Our quarterback is balling out.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And that means our quarterback is having a heck of a... And then because of the receivers balling out, now that opens up the run game. And I think it'll be a Chief tagging on to that and adding to the receiving because he don't always get in the three-point stand. So for me, it's the receivers. Is there any other group that you think, Ryan, needs to stand out more, or who would you like to see stand out?
Yeah, I would have said the receivers as well, but besides that as well, this platoon we're going to be running out in running backs with Jerome Ford, Deonta Foreman, Naeem Hines, they're going to have to obviously hold their own until Nick Chubb gets back. Probably it'll be Ford and Deontay. Deontay will, I'm assuming, absorb that cream roll, the 1-2 yards,
right? And
then Naeem will be your pass specialist. They need to, as a platoon, hold their own until Nick Chubb gets back. And like you said, I mean, it would be nice to see Deshaun Watson ball out, but you still need to keep the defense on their toes. You need a running game. That'll be interesting to see because I'm assuming Nick Chubb will open up on the pup, and that means he won't be able to come back till I think week 6 or week 5. So I'll go with them, but I would love the receivers ball out too, as you said.
I'm looking for Naeem Hines to really come through for the team. He had an injury, off the field injury, and that landed him, got him off of the Colts. But he was a really good third down back for the Colts.
Yeah, he was, and
had to step in and be the main guy a few times. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can bring to the team because I would like a Ford and Naeem Hines.
Yeah, and Naeem Hines is a guy who can return kicks too. We know with the way that the NFL kickoff is changing, and you can do all these sorts of crazy things. And he's a guy who's returned kicks for touchdowns in his past.
I think he will have great success.
He could be a really valuable gadget.
Yes, I think in the kickoff as well, he'll have great success because the way the kickoffs are now, I think it's built for running backs to be able to hit that hole and go and not dance around like the traditional return player. But with that, we'll take a commercial break.
Welcome back to the show. And I want to ask you guys, why is Team WNBA playing Team USA?
It's an exhibition game. It was an exhibition game.
Uh-huh.
But did you see that, Ryan? Team WNBA, the All-Stars.
Yeah, okay, the All-Star game.
Defeated the Team USA.
Now, go to some of the comments because I was concerned about this. I was like, wait a minute, they should not be. They're about to play in the Olympics. Why are they? Even when it's
exhibition, they getting ready for it.
But you guys, when it comes time to like play in the Pro Bowl and some of the Pro Bowl players don't show up if they made it to the Super Bowl, you don't want to risk injury. And so some of the comments right here was saying just that, Josh. It was like, I watched, somebody said they watched the second half. I wasn't a WNBA fan at all before this, but it was very entertaining.
It was real competitive.
How did I miss this? I'm sick of missing the WNBA game.
Who was the tight end girl, Plum?
Kelsey Plum was married to Darren Waller,
yeah, and she was balling. Her and Caitlin Clark was trading threes for a minute. They was bringing. I was like, oh, here we go. And then, it was a very exciting game.
Someone said,
I want to see another one.
Team USA is stacked full of amazing players, and I'm sure we'll still win the gold.
Yes,
but
they
this
will.
Wasn't the best look for the selection committee because they're trying to say that a lot of the people that are on the WNBA team need to be on the Team USA.
And that's my question. When you look at that game, should they have at least put or sprinkled some of that young blood on that Team USA team?
It says how many times is their name Akari has to cook them before they can come to their senses. So clearly there's a lady in the WNBA.
She was slighted.
They feel like she
scored
being
32
slighted.
points.
She needs to be on Team USA. 32. She scored like over 30 points in the
She was
second
on
half.
fire.
In the second half, though.
That shows
That's crazy.
what she could, because she had 0 points in the first half.
Yep.
And that showed what she was capable of when she decides to cook.
Right.
So she decided to go on a little rampage, like with a chip on her shoulder.
Yeah.
What she has to do is do that and exemplify that the whole season.
Right.
To become a true Team USA candidate.
And the last comment said, let's not forget that this is a scrimmage/exhibition
Right,
game.
right.
This Olympic starts
That's
in less
correct.
than a week. Team USA are not going to risk injuries to star in an all-star game.
That's correct.
So, okay. I was all right.
So they
Well,
weren't,
I'm
they
just mad I missed
could
it.
afford to slack off a little bit.
Yep.
Some of them was playing at times.
And Team United States versus Japan starts on July 29th. And real quick, we want to give a shout out to Katie Moon. She's the #1 pole vaulter in the world.
Katie Moon?
She's going to be in the Olympics.
Oh.
And she's right here. She comes from Olmsted Falls High School. So shout out to her. We got to take another quick break. We'll be right back. All right, now you guys, welcome back to the show. Now we have the head honcho here at Big Play back. Actually, the head honcho at Big Play and one of the head honchos at myracehorse.com. I think he's making his third, fourth, fifth, sixth appearance?
Yes.
He's basically family
We love
here
him
now on
on
the
our
show.
show.
Ken Miles, welcome
What's up,
back.
Ken?
Well, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else right now.
There you go.
And by the way, I don't think I'm the head honcho.
Head
so-
honcho everywhere he goes. Oh, well, I can be the head honcho if you. Can I be the
Yeah,
head
or
honcho?
me.
Yeah.
Ken, welcome back to the show.
Great to be here.
Now, last time you were here, we were in the process of accepting submissions from our audience to name the beautiful brown horse. And I know you probably are here with some very exciting news. And I would just like to say this. The name Maria, Marvelous Maria.
Marvelous Maria.
I know one of y'all put that in there, right?
Now, if Maria, I promise you now, when you get your horse, Marvelous Maria, that's not a bad
I'm
horse.
probably the only one to put the one submission in for that,
yeah,
huh?
but since it ain't your horse, you know.
Ken, what's going on today?
All right. Well, so again, got a shout out to the fans that just really came through. We sold out the horse very quick. Remind everybody the name of the horse is Lahaina Luck. and that was the name of the
Lahaina
mom.
Luck, and that was a mix between the mom and the dad.
Well,
the mom.
The mom.
They
The
take
mom
the
was
mom.
Lahaina Luck.
Lahaina Luck.
And
Okay.
it's Lahaina Luck 22 because they keep the name of the mom
Okay.
until we come up with a
Until-
name.
okay, that's
the
how I
dad
go.
was improbable.
Okay.
Improbable.
Oh yeah,
That's
where I
All
go.
right. So then we asked for submissions, and I remember I said on the last show, we got like 2,200 submissions, one of which we were laughing about, Steve the horse.
Right, the firefighter.
With
yeah.
an amazing story behind the name.
Definitely
Yeah,
a touching
yeah.
story.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Touching story, but we narrowed it down, and I think we talked about it on your last show that a couple that big names that we wanted everybody to vote on was Aloha Money,
Oh, okay. Aloha Money.
I got a nice one. Hello, money.
Aloha Money,
Uh-huh.
Mo Big Play,
Mo
Mo.
Big Play. Mo Money. That's like Mo,
Mo
Money.
Money, Mo Money.
Okay. Mo Big
Mo
Play.
Big Play. I'm writing them
Actually,
down.
it's Mo Me the Money was the name of one of the names.
Oh, okay.
Mo Me the Money.
Mow me the money
Mo
instead
be
of
the
show
money.
me the money. Show me the money.
Okay.
What movie is that from?
What?
Brad-
Mo Money?
No, show me the money.
Oh, McGuire.
Yeah,
Maguire.
I'm
Yeah,
gonna say
Jerry
Brady. I'm gonna say
Maguire.
Brady
Yeah.
Maguire. What is going
Yeah.
on?
Ah, show me the
Jerry
money.
Maguire,
Yeah.
show me the money. Okay.
Cuban Gooden Jr.
Uh-huh.
And then one of the early favorites was Improbable Luck because it was
Improbable Luck.
taking the dad's name
Right.
and the
Yeah.
mom's
Which sounded
name.
pretty good.
It
had a
sounded
ring-
pretty
that has a
good,
ring
and
to
I
it.
gotta admit, I thought that was going to be the name going into it, as did a lot of people.
Uh-huh.
But we've done a lot on your show.
Uh-oh.
Now, those were the top names?
Those
Is
were
it one
top-
of those names?
I'm just going to say this.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
We did a lot on your show, and as a result of your viewers, there was a last-minute submission.
Really? Oh, my goodness.
A last minute submission.
Probably
A
was me, man. I
last-minute
submitted it.
submission. So
That Marvelous Maria, baby. That's probably me, baby.
Nah, man.
I had a little shadow
All
account.
right.
I had a fake account that I did
So-
a submission under.
So I'm here to make the announcement of the name.
Uh-oh.
Again, it was a bit of a surprise. Let's
Uh-oh.
have a drum
You got
roll.
me scared.
Big Play Josh
What?
was not the name.
I'm gonna throw this mic.
I'm about to be like, we did it! We did it! We won!
Big
Thanks
Play.
for
I
all
was
the
like, wait a
people
minute.
out
What?
there.
Right.
I
Oh,
was about to be like,
got you.
I'm about to start learning how to be a jockey.
The winner was Improbable Luck.
It was. See, we knew it. We knew it. It had a nice ring to
Improbable
it.
Luck.
Improbable Luck.
Yes,
Now,
I think you
I
kind
like
of
that
had us
name.
going there. You
you
made us
said
think.
Josh. I was like, what?
No, not just that. So
Uh-huh.
when Ken first arrived, he said, I have some great news.
Yeah.
And you're not going to believe
Uh-huh.
it. It was out of the blue.
Uh-huh.
And so I wasn't thinking Improbable Luck. So you did good.
Yeah,
right
you
there,
tricked us a
setting
little
it
bit.
up.
You tricked us.
But Improbable Luck, it makes so much sense. It has a ring to it,
Yeah.
and I
It
can
has
just
a ring
hear
to
the
it.
announcers.
Praise the parents.
Improbable Luck around the
coming
corner.
down the stretch.
Improbable
Improbable Luck.
Luck.
And then
I
think
love
about it. After we win,
Mm-hmm.
standing at Spendthrift Farms as a stallion, Improbable Luck. And then they show the big picture of the horse.
Yes.
Ooh. Now,
That sounds like a horse that everybody would bet on.
thank
too.
you. 'Cause
Yeah.
the name has a nice ring. It's all
Improbable.
about the name
Yeah.
too.
Yep.
So shout
It
out to the
is.
viewers for all your submissions. I love the fact that it's Improbable Luck. Now, I hate to just kind of skip forward and get past all the semantics, but when will he be racing?
Okay.
I want my money.
All right. So it's,
I want my
I want
money.
to bet some money,
trying
right?
to
it's a process. It's a process. And again, we bought him as a 2-year-old. The horses start their learning to run as a 2-year-old. So
Okay.
right now he's at a farm in Kentucky, putting on his weight, getting ready to go,
Getting beefed up.
getting beefed up.
Can you please start
He in
putting that?
training camp.
But
Training camp.
The
but see-
horse is in training
Okay, he's in
camp.
training camp, and I'm sorry to cut you off. I want to see this. I feel like the viewers would be on social watching his
They
every
gotta
move.
go get the
We're
my-
invested.
my-
We're-
okay.
They done named him. It's like their baby. They've named
right.
him, and we want to
All
see the
right.
process. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Relax, big
Okay.
play,
All right.
Maria.
There we go. See.
Relax, big play, Maria.
There you go.
Easy,
We
girl.
gotta
Easy.
be-
All right, Marvelous Maria.
We marvelous Maria. We got a game plan
Okay.
here. So the horse is at the farm, just putting on some weight, but he's going to go to Wayne Lucas's track.
Uh-huh.
It'll either be at Louisville, which is in Churchill Downs,
Okay.
or up in Saratoga.
And Wayne Lucas is the trainer.
The trainer.
Wayne Lucas is the
World
trainer.
renowned,
World
right?
renowned
World
trainer.
renowned. He's the trainer for Seize the Gray. Probably in the next 2 or 3 weeks. At that point, that's when we're going to go with the cameras. We're going to get a lot of video, and that's where we're going to show him just learning how to run on the track, go to the starting gate. A lot of people don't realize just a horse learning how to deal with noises.
Oh yeah.
You know, these
crowds
types
cheering
of things.
and
Crowd
Right.
cheering, but just be around other horses. And it's amazing because when these horses get around each other, the alpha
Oh yeah.
comes out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the
And
big.
the
I'm
alpha
the
And,
big
comes
dog.
that's what the trainer has to do, have to teach him how to be the alpha.
How to be the
Now
alpha.
that you say that, does he have a girlfriend?
Does he have a girlfriend?
Well, he's very young yet. Let's not worry
Oh,
about
is that
that.
too?
okay?
You know what I'm
Girlfriend.
saying? He said around. He gonna be around other
He
male
gonna
horses.
have some. He gonna visit the boom boom room a few times. If that's
He
what
got
you
to let
mean.
out some of that steam.
He
No?
gonna have some concubines. Can we say that? Is that
Oh,
what
he
they
might
some?
want a girlfriend.
Well,
What?
look,
A girl,
not until
I'ma
he's
throw
done-
this
well,
off at you.
Oh, when he's done, you gotta keep him focused.
Right,
Like we
right.
tell
That's
Izzy.
why
Izzy,
they
stay
have-
focused.
That's why they have the blinders on when they race.
Okay.
Because they have to the distractions that's out there. So many, it has to keep
Well,
them
could-
focused.
Okay.
So I think this story, maybe your audience would want to hear it. It's
Go
kind
ahead.
of along the lines of what we're talking
Oh,
about.
really?
here.
Okay. Come on.
All right, so Mary and I bought a horse. His name was Interstellar. We were one of 5 people that owned this horse. Training workouts were great. His very first race as a late 2-year-old was down in Gulfstream Park in Florida.
Okay.
Mary and I go. We take some friends. We go into the paddock area. He comes out, looks beautiful. He's all muscular, ready to go. And then a jockey gets up. Now at Gulfstream, you're in the paddock area, and then you hear the call to the track.
Yeah.
So we walk with him out to the track. You know, our heart's beating. We're nervous. We're
Nervous.
excited. He's all proud. We walk out from underneath the tunnel, and you just hear the crowd, and it's a massive crowd. There's thousands, maybe 10,000 people in the stands. And the energy is so incredible, and I'm feeling it. Unfortunately, so was he. Massive erection.
Oh my God. He thought it was time to go to the boom boom
Well,
room.
he couldn't control
He
himself.
was out there like, hey,
He
this
like they
what y'all
calling my
wanted.
name. Yo.
He was like, this what y'all wanted, right?
You gotta give him a show, baby. You gotta
Look,
give him a
the
show.
trainers was like, no, not today.
He didn't
It's
do
Tuesday.
that well.
Today is Tuesday. That's Wednesday.
Didn't do that well.
Oh my
But
God.
that's part of the process, and
Yeah.
everybody's going to learn it. But at the right point in time,
Uh-huh.
we'll talk about
That
what
sound like a
what it's
movie,
like to
Ken.
be a stallion
Okay.
and how that all works. We're not there yet. Let's not confuse our boy.
Right.
He's just got to learn how to do his job, be a racehorse.
Okay.
That sounds like a movie, a comedy.
It does.
Like you gotta get my horse is tense right now. He walked out that thing with a huge erection, and he can't race.
I
with
don't know how I ended
And
up
that's
on
the problem of the day.
I ended up on the get it
Who
on.
gonna figure it out?
I don't know how I ended up on the horses getting it on side of Instagram. those things are huge.
What?
So I could only imagine
Let's
being
not-
up in the stands and see what.
Hey man,
well, I'm just
okay.
saying. So he's
Yeah.
got excited. Okay, so wait a minute. Now we got the name.
Can I just say this?
Yeah,
then?
Those things are
Well,
huge.
on
when he say
one
hung
hand-
like a horse.
Josh, on one hand, I was very disappointed that this was happening, but on the other hand, I was a very proud father.
Yeah, exactly. That's my boy,
my boy
right there.
Oh my God.
So Ken, okay, what's up with my boy Sees the Gray? Now I gotta.
He's the gray.
Okay.
All right,
Yeah,
thanks
keep
for
us-
asking.
Yeah.
So we took a break after the Belmont, and again, these top 3-year-olds. There was a big race this past Saturday. Dornock, which beat us in the Belmont, ran in it, and he won. So he's now the number 1 3-year-old. But we'll be running in the Jim Dandy this Saturday.
This Saturday.
This
This
Saturday.
Saturday
Okay.
at Saratoga, and we're
Okay.
going against Sierra Leone.
I remember that
and
name from the
he's
the
tough.
last. Okay.
Yeah, from the
okay.
Belmont.
And Fierceness.
Okay.
He's really good.
Oh,
They're-
so this is the best of the best.
This is the best of the best. This is the top 6 3-year-olds. Some of them ran last Saturday. Some are running this Saturday. And we're all getting ready for the Travers, which will be held at the end of August
End of August.
in Saratoga. And again, we're vying for the top 3-year-old horse of the year, which leads to your stallion fees and ultimately the Breeders' Cup Classic at the end of the year. So we're very excited.
Excited.
That's
Okay.
amazing.
Because we
Seize
can't.
the
We
Gray.
showing
We
improbable
appreciate
all this love, but we still got
Yeah.
Seize the Gray that we're rooting for. So
But no time, it keeps going. So Sees the Gray, he's already in the prime of his career. This
Yeah,
is
let's
prime.
go.
But
But
you-
we got the improbable luck waiting in the wings.
Improbable luck waiting in the wings. Now, as a 3-year-old, a couple things happen. And if the horse has trouble running, you have to geld them, which means they'll never be a stallion.
Oh, okay.
You can imagine what that means.
Right. Right.
Well, we didn't do that to Seize the Gray, and he's having a great career. So probably at the end of his 3-year-old season, he'll go be a stallion, and we'll talk about that story.
Okay.
But if you're not going to be a stallion, you're going to keep racing, you could race to 4, 5, 6 years old.
Oh, you can.
7
Okay.
years old. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we
Yeah.
got some love for Seize
So
the
we'll
Gray.
have to see what happens to Improbable Luck, but Seize the Gray this Saturday. But a lot of fun coming with Improbable
I'm
Luck.
excited.
And you never know. Big Play
never
Josh
know.
could be the next horse.
Man, look,
or
let's keep it-
or
keep it
Marvelous
going.
Maria.
Or Marvelous Maria.
You know what
Okay.
I mean?
Well,
Yeah,
we'll
Money
fill it.
Maria, Marvelous Maria, so many M's that we can just go,
Well, we could
Yeah,
get a,
that
we could
doesn't
get
have
a
a
filly
ring
and
to
name
it.
her
Right, right.
Marvelous Maria.
Those doesn't have a ring.
Oh,
to
you
it.
leave me alone. Okay, Ken, we just enjoy you every time you
Yes.
stop by the show. You always bring. He's always bearing good news. So
Yeah, we love it.
I can't wait to see the race this Saturday. And when you come back with some more announcements, give us the heads
A
of
lot
what's
of
going
fun.
on.
Always a lot of fun with the number 1 show on Big Play.
Impossible.
Oh yes.
Yes.
Now, tell our viewers where can they go? Is it still bigplay.com /
Yeah, so
Horse.
actually, we're still giving away shares in the horse,
There we
even
go.
though it's sold out. I think we got one more week in the contest. Go to bigplay.com/horse, sign up, and try and be in the drawing. We'll give away 3 shares to 3 winners this Friday.
All right, guys.
Thank you so
Yeah, you
much.
heard it right there.
Hey, don't go anywhere, you guys. We'll be right back. All right, now welcome back to the show.
Okay, you remember Shannon Doherty, 90210. She passed away. You broke the story that she passed away
Yes.
last week.
Yeah.
Well, she reportedly left a list of people she didn't want at her funeral.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, she put that in her will to make sure her family stops people at the door. I'm sorry, Mrs.
Allegedly.
Doherty.
Uh-huh.
Would not. No, this is not allegedly.
Oh,
There's
wow.
a list, and people are calling for the list to be put out. And because she said, quote, she knows certain people will only come as a not trying to look bad, not there for
Oh.
her, period. Like they ain't there because they loved and miss her
Yeah.
and celebrating her. They there because they will look bad if they weren't. I think some of them may be her cast. Some of her castmates from
It might be a list
90210
of people. Hey,
that
petty,
don't support her.
petty, even in death.
Even in death.
Right, but if some people really wronged you, you would like, you don't need to come. Don't try
come.
to come and just save face at my
Because
funeral.
I think sometimes that's the moment to say you
We
sorry.
beefing. We gonna be beefing.
That's the
forever.
moment to say you
like
sorry.
Cardi B
Like
said.
I thought I had more time. I thought I had more time
I
to say I'm
know.
sorry. You know,
No.
it's
Yeah.
like denying certain people, but that's
Well, in her case, was
I
she?
don't know.
I forget if she was ill or not. But when you know someone's ill, that might be the time to
She
reach
had
out
to-
to try
yeah, you
to
right.
try to make amends
They had
instead of waiting to
time.
show up at their funeral.
Yeah.
Real quick, because we're almost out of time. I wanted to ask people with all these cancellations that are taking place. You know that crowd strike and
CrowdStrike, yeah,
Microsoft
yeah.
that is like
all
demolished
over the place.
the
right.
tech industry, banks, and the airlines. With all these cancellations, do you think it's easier to just start hopping and doing road trips now, like foregoing the airports and the
No.
flights, and just get on a road trip?
No,
Why not?
it's not easy. It's going to take.
I don't
want to
be sitting in the airport stuck.
You got 10, 11 hours to drive.
Yeah.
You got more money to spend?
Yes, I do. I
Okay.
love a good old road trip.
Okay,
Ain't nobody
depending on
trying to be
how far
sitting
you need to
there and then
go.
trying to fight to get your money back. Ain't
You
nobody
got
trying to.
2,000 more miles to drive. Keep going.
I could have been there.
Cali to New York.
You guys, look, we love y'all so much for watching. Make sure, again, you like, share, and subscribe across all of our Big Play Personality podcasts. And we'll see you next time
Go
here
Dogs,
on The
go
Return with
Guards.
Josh and Maria Chris.
Go
Love
Cavs.
y'all.